He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Rides the back and leaves it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's Reynolds. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Across the 35. Out of bounds at the 36. And a really good pickup as they're starting to move. And this Big Orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think about Tennessee offense, man, when they got their trigger man, and they've had some great ones, Peyton Manning, T. Martin, Hendon Hooker had an unbelievable run. They find that guy, man, their offenses have been so hard to stop.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Give to the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. On the run, still looking. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Trying play action. Quarterback adapting. Throwing on the run. Touchdown, South Carolina. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown. will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They think there's room to run to the right here. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
To the big fella. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. Throws to the tight end. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let it go. Catch in stride inside the 15. He's brought down the one of play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. And likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Absolutely center cut. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking downfield, it's Reynolds. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He'll take it himself. Got the first down and more. There he goes. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
We've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Here we go. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Rides the back on the option. The give. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
Quarterback on the keeper. He has the first and still on his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Blazers.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ayers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking for a man, it's Reynolds. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Finds a seam. Past the 20. He's at the touchdown, Panther. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off, and even if you're playing man-to-man, you just got to get him on the ground and try to disrupt him some way.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. On the move. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. Back to throw, it's Reynolds. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
It's been a tale of two drives from this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws for the tight end. Pick off! What a play by this defense! And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off play action on first down. Looking left. A strike downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. The give to the tailback. To the got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. Where are the defenders? Yeah, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To throw, it's Reynolds. Moves around to clear up the vision. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
And the Blazers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Gets the back moving. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Pass rush. Gets there. Gets home. Gets him down at the 23.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
The defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces third down. Looking to pass, it's Reynolds. Pulls it in, it's Johnson. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Blazers come to the line trying to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it, and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be third down.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, it's Reynolds. Right on the money. He works it inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19. That's where they'll spot it. Short of the first down, now a decision to be made. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little far.
And you want to touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Fighting off the defender. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. But they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that first down.
He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Blazers in the hurry up. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Wants to throw. It's Reynolds. He's got his man. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Motion from the wideout. Might be changing the route. Wants to fire on second down. With the catch, it's Becker. On the move to 30. Touchdown, Panthers. And they take it in for 6 more points. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. From inside the 15, here's the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Just going to keep it after the snap. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Back to pass, it's Reynolds. Unloads to the right. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. This offense has it with really good field position. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught near the sticks, it's Fletcher. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal with the 6. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Quarterback making adjustments. On 1st and goal, let's see if FIU can get it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
It's a big-time moment for the defense. They're creating a negative play, getting a sack with the opponent right down on the goal line. Now that they've backed him up a little bit, a touchdown doesn't seem like it's just a gimme anymore.
Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. To the ground with the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. It's a fake. He's looking to throw. They got him. Big stop in the backfield, and what a stand by this defense to keep points off the board. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the 3. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Dropping back, it's Reynolds. Touchdown, Florida International. And the beatdown has ensued. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's a microcosm of the kind of day it's been for this offense. Points have been hard to come by. Only 7 points, and finally here late in the game, you get an opportunity down close, and you throw an interception. We're going to have to go back, watch the film, and improve before taking the field.
take it away to start us off. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. He'll pull it on the read. Plows through the deep and runs through another one. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, and that fires you up as a defense. That gives you some extra juice. When you come in there and knock the living fire out of someone, everybody on the defense gets jacked up.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Reynolds. Unloads it left. He's got it. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
And the Panthers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's Smith. Breaks into the open. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
This dude will pick you apart if you give him time. You better get to him. You better make him feel uncomfortable. This defense did that. Nice job by the defense, hurrying the quarterback through his thought process.
Last incompletion leaves him still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He'll do it himself. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Volunteers will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Here's the pressure. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Back to pass, it's Reynolds. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab, it's Fletcher. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got him, and nobody's close. There he goes. Running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Volunteer.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation and timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they tacked on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll move the tight end. Hold and fire complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Setting up the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Man, And first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Using the quick game. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
The Vols will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires downfield. Makes a grab. He's got a first down. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown ball.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Ayers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Reynolds. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Like it breaking down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
So after that incompletion, 4th down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. The opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense, and this game very easily could come down to which team has the ball last.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just great.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Rodgers. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. grabbed in the middle. It's Marsh. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And the Vols are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away, forced the incompletion.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Hauls it in. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Reynolds. Going to throw it over the top of the deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the 3rd quarter. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like, the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The Volunteers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Caught behind the line. It's Rogers. Turning it on. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO. Not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
And the Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gets it to the back, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. But how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Oh, he wants it all. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
They'll go back to the air on second down. That's caught. It's Smith. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
After that incompletion, fourth and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away. But you're trailing here in the fourth quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and you got to go for it.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Quick strike complete. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Gets the first himself. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, FIU.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Makes the grab. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Tennessee. Once he got some room, it was over.
And, you know, late in the games, this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Ayers. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Fletcher. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, it's a nice interception. At this point of the game, up 2 possessions in a 2-minute situation. The offense is so predictable. You know they're going to throw the football. So everybody on defense, they're just trying to see the ball thrown and then breaking on it. Nice job coming away with that turnover.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. They knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it's picked off right at the goal line. Lowers those pads. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to win.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. To the air, it's Reynolds. Got it set up on the outside. At the 35, he's open. There he goes. He's at the 40. At the 20. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Panthers.
What a way to start this game offensively. You find the matchup you like, you put it in his hands, and he does the rest. The defense looks like they were sleepwalking out there to start this game. One play, they go the distance to score a touchdown. This defense better wake up.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Takes a handoff. It's theirs. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Makes the catch. It's Pfeiffer. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Breaks into the open. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate play. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? They've given up some yards. They're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Outside the pocket, lets it go. It's complete. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown time! And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. Wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. He was looking for the lead, and down he goes. A huge sack, and the offense still trails by one. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. First play of the period, first down here. To start this drive. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Behind the chains now on second and long. Tight end now in motion. Smith takes the handoff. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So, nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
To the air, it's Reynolds. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And guys, after failing to get to last time, they'll take the safe route. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Snagged in the middle. It's Fletcher.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Turning it on. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. The give is to Smith. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Reynolds. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Caught close to the marker, it's Fletcher. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
How nice is it in this offense to have a tight end like that guy that can come up with plays for you all over the field? We just saw the big 3rd down catch. Can set him up here in the red zone. I like going back to him, maybe lining him and flexing him outside, getting a one-on-one opportunity for him to use his size advantage.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively.
Trying to get it in. Touchdown, Florida International. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air on 1st down. Now he's going to break the pocket. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And the Panthers will kick it away to start the 2nd half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the 2nd half.
Agree, so it can create some more bounce.
And full extension down the right side for the grab. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Using his legs, it's Sayers. Oh, he's got some space. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. What perfect Perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Touchdown, Alabama! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Looking to throw. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He turns it loose to the left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And this offense continues to struggle to get this guy the football. He's one of their best players. Coming into this game, they knew he was a big key, but they just haven't been able to link up. They try another shot down the field to no avail. That's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. And sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. Snagged out of the air. They'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Using his legs to buy some time. Crosses the 30. At the 45 on his way. He's into the open down the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Panthers! Leading by 1, they'll go ahead and go for 2 and try to make it a field goal game. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to the air. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion and pushes the lead to 3. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Off the play fake on first down. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This defense is there again. They keep feeding the back, and he finds no success at all. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism. He showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
He lofts one down the sideline. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Ready to try the point after. Oh, and they blocked it. Picks it up. That's a live ball. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap it off with a play that can build momentum, a 78-yard touchdown pass. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Smith takes the handoff. Got the first down. Looking for more. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Quick release by the QB. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because...
There he goes! Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Great run, and 2 things I love. He got the first down, and he got out of bounds, so he can stop the clock now. This offense doesn't have to panic. They can think about it a little bit more. They can talk about it a little bit more, how they can continue to move the ball down the field and try to get closer.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
Looking downfield, it's Reynolds. Bringing the heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack jack. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they're after him. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one comes into game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Pressure coming. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot for the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown time. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. He might have been looking just to set up his offense, but he put a touchdown on the board with that 92-yard return. The clock is just inside 50 seconds to play. If they don't recover the onside kick, this one is all but over. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. The clock is just inside 50 seconds to play. If they don't recover the onside kick, this one is all but over. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And they still hold that 2-point lead after the stop, David. Now to see what the offense can do. He'll take a shot. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it. Lining up for the PAT. They fake it. Pitch to the tight end. Stop short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They'll try to get the two, knot this thing up, and maybe push us into overtime. Try to barge their way in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, at this juncture in the game, that was 2 points they needed to have to tie this one up. Now, there's tons of pressure on the defense to get the ball back to have a chance to win.
Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. The hands team able to secure that football, and with that, should have secured a victory.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He'll start this drive firing. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Not sure what good can come out of passing here. He'll throw it. Finds his tight end. Breaks into the open. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch, but they can't come up with the W.
Yeah, and it's a team game, right? The offense did their job, and now defense will have to find a way